Welcome, Sagittarius. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your new moon in Pisces reading. The new moon's on the 10th of March. And the following day, Venus moves into Pisces in what we consider to be its exaltation, which means Venus acts most fully, expresses itself most richly in the sign of Pisces, which is about one love, interconnectedness of all things, no discrimination between the spark of divinity and uniqueness that unites all things on the planet. And as a Pisces, this is an energy that is part of your purpose and plan. This new moon is giving you, Sagittarius, an opportunity to experience this through reverence for your ancestors. And as I was meditating for this reading before, I got information about Chiron, for whom the constellation Sagittarius is named, the planetoid that represents a deity who exchanged his immortality to save humankind. So Chiron was a healer, a martial artist, someone who was versed in philosophy, medicine, tremendous creative gifts and empowerment as a result of his own wounds. The first wound was the trauma of his birth. He was born as a person or a centaur, the result of rape. To such an extent was he abhorred by his mother, who gave him birth, that he was abandoned. But the second wound that he was that became mortal, even though he was a deity, was the result of friendly fire. And I think that, for some reason, feels very important to me, to the awareness that you are potentially experiencing during this new moon time. That the difficulty, the pain that you have internalized can be the result of your experience of friendship, and some ways in which you have been accidentally wounded as the result of taking sides in some way. So we'll look into that. I also want to remind you that I am doing personal readings, and the information for that is in the description box below. I will be giving away a free reading on or about the 1st of March, and I take those winners from comments and donations that I've received previously. So let's get started, Sagittarius, with your overall energy, the Four of Swords. This is about your deep understanding of the path you've been on to date, of the experiences, of the challenges, particularly that you now recognize are gifts of one sort or another that have groomed your purpose, that have groomed you to be able to take up the call, whatever that is, and have provided in many ways the spiritual foundation that you are now in contemplation of. This is feels as though a real change, of real clarity about who you actually are, as opposed to the way that you may present yourself to the world, and your own experience of your real difference from that. The greater seriousness, the greater openness to looking at the fearful manifestations of your unconscious, this ability to commit yourself to self-healing in a way that has taken you through some very dark and alienating experiences, so that you haven't always appeared to be the happy, jolly, adventure fool that others like to see you as. You've forsaken some of that popularity for this inner silence, cultivating this inner peace and acceptance of harsh experiences, particularly those that run counter to the narrative of happy-go-lucky, cheerleading, positive Sagittarius. In the 10th house, this is the house of your social expectations, the way others see you, your position. The 7 of Cups is about a lot of options that you now see available to you, almost an overwhelm of opportunities. And it's interesting because the energy of this new moon in Pisces allows you to address, heal that sense of anxiety that may come as a result of your energies growing, your appreciation of who you are as you're centered more clearly in your purpose, in who you are, is actually healed by creative expression, of allowing yourself to live in your imagination, to relax into that, and to express yourself creatively as a way of finding answers or the way that these things fit together for you. These various options, opportunities, offers that you're receiving, understanding the through line to those and how you can leverage those into the greater pursuit of your higher calling. You have 2 cards here, and that rarely happens, but this is really about your focus. And for you, this is really describing many of the energies that I have been talking about. Your greater practicality. This is an aspect of yourself, the Queen of Pentacles, that belies this happy-go-lucky energy that you are known for, that you are popular for. In fact, you've really dug into the less sexy aspects of your personality, the hard work, the commitment, the ability to take whatever you have, no matter how humble, and find its appropriate use and value in your life, to turn it into what you need it to be. And that ability to continually generate new ideas based on what is in your environment, what's around you. The hard work and discipline that actually becomes joyful as you find yourself mimicking aspects of the natural world that are a part of your natural global love of the world. The Strength card is really underscoring that ability to work hard without a reward, to know that you're just a super strong person, you're a super gifted person. Not only can you work on the ground in the with a work ethic that is phenomenal, you are determined, you are purposeful, you can attend to the details as needed, and you can help others that are struggling along the way. But you're also have a greater vision and expectation of the world. You know that you can have an impact on people because of your natural ability to be popular, to be charming, to explore a diversity of experiences of others, and to make connections with those in a way that always reminds you that you are someone who others look up to, others admire, others enjoy being around. In the 4th house, this is the house of your home, your domestic environment, your family. The Page of Cups is you really digging into these practical qualities again and taking up a new enterprise, learning new ways to do things. And this is making me think that you're cultivating a plan. You're trying to get a plan together. There are things you want to do, and it may feel like they're scattered opportunities. You have your foot over here, over there. You may have a presence in a variety of different areas or fields, but you're really trying to pull those together in a way that allows you to grow, to learn some new skills, and to put that into a practical plan moving forward. This can affect your idea of home, the way that you're impacting your home or growing your family. And by family, I mean extended, your tribe. Recognizing that you do have a family, you do have support, and how you want to be of support to that family. In the 7th house, in your significant relationships, the Two of Pentacles is indicating this way that you're juggling your two facades and the complexity that you are now allowing to emerge in your life. There is no either or black or white, but instead, the idea, when I refer back to the myth of Chiron, is the idea of being mortally wounded by friendly fire. In other words, in one of the stories, he is protecting one of, I want to say a centaur, another centaur. I might have that wrong, but in the reaction that ensues, the battle that ensues, he is wounded by Hercules' arrow in his thigh. And that's an accident because actually he's on Hercules' side. When the centaurs, his colleagues, his peers, are acting up because they drank some wine and their passions were aroused. So Chiron was not like the other centaurs, nor was he like the other gods, both communities he was a part of, and yet he was his life was a reflection of this beautiful divine merging and growth of phenomenal gifts that benefited humankind. So you are similarly weaving these different aspects of yourself together, recognizing you needn't leave one behind in favor of another, but that your way forward as part of this plan integrates both. I'm going to pull a Soul's Journey card and hope that if you're enjoying this reading, you're vibing with it, you will like this video, share it with others, comment below. Of course, I love reading your thoughts, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. And I pull the Forgiveness card. I love this because I do feel very strongly, Sagittarius, that there's a lot of self-forgiving that you may be in line for. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. And it is cycling back to the story I initially saw of this being wounded by friendly fire, that there are many situations you may be reviewing from your past in which you felt yourself to be among peers, colleagues. It doesn't mean that they were all your allies. However, there are it can even be anger, resentment, a sense of such disappointment, betrayal, that it is blocking your flow of self-love. It's blocking your ability to make the connections in your life that you are prepared to make now. I believe this is about forgiving yourself for trying to cooperate, trying to be a team member, trying not to assert your particular will, even when it may have been appropriate, trying not to resist the flow of the team, to such an extent that you abandon projects when you recognize that you were being demonized or sabotaged. So yeah, forgiving yourself for doing your best at the time, knowing and that doing your best wasn't enough. It's okay. I'm also going to pull the flora and fauna of Africa. Ooh. And this pangolin, which reminds me a tiny bit of a better looking Komodo dragon. The plant associated with the pangolin is the chrysanthemum, and the key word is boundaries. Don't hide from your emotions. Dig deep and discover your true inner self. Protect yourself with healthy boundaries. Relevant to all the stories that I have been telling so far. With so much to give and so many diverse experiences, this is a time for you to process the value of your experiences in a way that clarifies and prioritizes your own vision. And that can be challenging when there are so many who want your time, who value your time. I'm going to clarify the Queen of Pentacles and the Strength card in the first house with the King of Cups in the second house and the Knight of Cups in the third house. Wow. All about opening up your heart. All about that. And it's interesting to me because I believe the new moon is impacting your house of appreciation, honoring, praising your ancestors, lifting up your history, your personal history, as well as your cultural history, whatever that means, digging into your roots. And that is actually helping to open you up and recognize your immense maturity because of your many experiences, because of your ability to overcome the maltreatment you may have received from others on whose behalf you believed yourself to be working. And it's also opened up your ability to learn, to hear, to understand. This is about processing information as well as communicating so that you feel more comfortable expressing your feelings, your emotions, expressing your ideas, allowing yourself to imagine without an agenda, confident, having faith that this is all already combined in the person that you are and helping you to reveal, excuse me, the path forward for you. This is a confirmation that it is really through your heart, through the way that you supply yourself with love, healing, the whole motto, the whole adage of Chiron was about healing, self-healing as the source of healing the world. The Page of Pentacles in the fourth house is clarified by the Queen of Swords in the fifth house and the Five of Wands in the sixth house. Interesting, you are still in the struggle. Wherever you work, you are about solving problems. Wherever you are joined with others, wherever you are of service, you are about problem solving. And it's interesting as you are protecting yourself less from your feelings, expressing yourself emotionally with passion, with feeling, with creativity. You're also an arbiter of your own curiosity and of the curiosity of others. You are also entirely willing to challenge your own assumptions about the way things are through your own experience. The apparent superficial contradictions that you experience in your own life, you become increasingly aware that reality may not be the way it appears on the surface. And in that way, you're very capable of leading others into this ability to challenge their ideas about what is possible, about what is. And this is a tremendous gift. I do see people coming to you for advisement. I always see you activating your teaching capacity in your life in some way. And I see you using that very creatively. You may be working in some way that you teach or consult with groups, organizations, teams. You may be a coach for creatives. This is a talent that would suit you really well. You could be a coach for those that are trying to set up their own business. You may be particularly for creatives in this new kind of economy, in this new world, where people can brand themselves or what they do. This may be an area of growth for you, primarily because it serves you. I don't see this as your end, but perhaps this is your target. This is the area of your victory, your success. The Two of Pentacles in the 8th house and the 7th house is clarified by the Tower in the 8th house, and the Four of Swords is repeated in the 9th house. Wow, I see a lot of clarity coming to you through things not going the way you thought they would or the way they've gone in the past. I see the way things are not working out in particularly those areas where you share resources with others, where you live, your money, your relationships. Your plans seem to be upended some way. Unpredictable developments are allowing you to step into a new role, to see a new way of doing things. And this perhaps is helping to mold your skills in a way that maximizes flexibility, the ability to pivot from the variety of options that you have around you, so that with each experience, each change, unexpected change, surprising development, you are again challenged to look at your experience and the way that you've understood why what appears to be disappointments, failures, catastrophes even, have ended up serving you and serving your creativity, your ability to craft something that reflects you, something only you can do. The Seven of Cups in the 10th house is clarified by the Fool in the 11th house and the Six of Wands in the 12th house. Well, the Fool just had to show up because I feel like I've been invoking the Fool throughout this in the way that I began to describe the experience of how you initially appear to others and how you actually have grown into the role of having faith and trust in who you are by digging in to those uncomfortable experiences and relationships, aspects of yourself, failures and disappointments that have gained this ability to trust yourself and yourself primarily, to trust your own wisdom, your own experience over the multitude of information and data that comes at us every day. You're looking through all the information you're receiving, the way that you're communicating through your own very creative and imaginative but emotional lens. And this is a way in which you're accommodating all the emotions. As you look at the range of all your experiences, they haven't all been happy, they haven't all been successful. But your ability to make sense out of this and stand in who you now know you are more holistically is the victory that you're experiencing. The victory that you can communicate to your peers or to others. It's a way that you're actually uplifting your community, your tribe, your co-workers, your organization. Whatever it is you're working on is being lifted up by your commitment to doing the work, by committing to doing the discipline, the work ethic that you're able to apply to understanding what seems like oppositional experiences in your life. I'm going to finish up this reading, Sagittarius, with a crystal oracle. And always love hearing about. I'm going to take the Herkimer because it came up first, even though I'd love to take the rhodochrosite. And the Herkimer looks like a beautiful amber kind of crystal. And the key word is dreams. I'm constantly manifesting my dreams into reality. Bravo, Sagittarius. Until next time, namaste.